Hey everybody, welcome back to the Exposition Table. I'm one of your hosts, Joe.
And you get the other host, Dan, for free.
And welcome to today's episode, where we are talking about the special day that all shoppers always have in the back of their mind, as well as industry professionals, Black Friday.
It is our first holiday special, the Black Friday episode. Sorry for this intro being a little sloppy and a little unpolished. It's just like the authentic experience of going to a retail store during Black Friday. It's very rough, it's very uncomfortable, and you feel like you're a little too cramped to everyone. But we're going to get into more of that as we go through. So, Joe, do you have any stories about Black Friday?
Unfortunately, or fortunately, I really don't have too much personal experience with Black Friday shopping. I've
So
been
you've never bought stuff online during Black Friday even, or I guess in this case, the month of November?
I mean, I have done some online shopping. I mean, okay, that's more like Cyber Monday, I guess. But yeah, like I of course I start doing my online shopping for the holidays in November.
It's fair. And we'll definitely get into that a little bit more when we sort of get into the whole everything about how Black Friday is sort of now. Um, but now, especially with how deals tend to start earlier. So I
Yeah.
guess this portion is going to be a lot of me for a little bit. So if you guys
Yeah.
hate me, you can skip to this time code. Um,
You're just making up for
so
lost time after the Monster Rancher episode.
which is still hot and performing. But if you want to find that out, you should definitely check that one out. So Black Friday, I have a lot of experience with it. I've worked retail from like 2014. I started as a seasonal at Toys R Us, and then I worked retail until just last year in 2021, where I was at GameStop, and in the middle I was at Target. So I have experience across the board for Black Friday, and I've also done
Yeah.
Friday shopping myself. Um, Obviously, it's easier to do when you're actually at the store because you're working. Um, so Black Friday, you know, it, I guess I'll talk more first about when I didn't really have any autonomy and I was kind of just
Yeah.
getting fed to the wolves at like Toys R Us, Target, where I wasn't, a manager or anything like that. I kind of had to just fend. It was like a swarm of people at those major big boxes. It was generally like insanity. It was chaos. You'd be there long hours of the night. People beg and barter, please let me get this deal, please let me get this item. You know, trying to cut lines. Oh God, the poor people working for the Apple stuff. They literally bringing out the cages full of iPhones and the TVs out on the shelves on the sales floor. You just pick them up and go. It's literally like you're in an ocean. It's like you're in the city, but it's all consolidated in a fucking Target. Uh,
Nothing brings the worst out of people than the opportunity for saving money.
yeah, you know what? I've never like had anything quite like that. As far as like, I've never had like violence. I've never had like arguing, stuff like that. Um, but I have, definitely had like pissed off customers, irritated customers. Um, when I get to the GameStop portion, which is going to be a little bit more sizable because that's where I worked a lot longer. I'm going to kind of get
Yeah.
into that. Honestly, actually, I really don't have much else to say about like Target and Toys R Us. I didn't. Those were huge, big box stores. I was very green,
Yeah.
still, and it just didn't. I didn't have a lot of control. I was being thrown out into the waves. It was, manageable, and it felt exciting as, the day kind of went on, and it made your shift go by quicker, and you didn't realize it was already 1 in the morning. Um, I guess I should at least talk on the, when did I have to go to work for a lot of these days. And most times I had to go Thanksgiving night. So when I say Black Friday, I'm really also talking about working Thanksgiving.
I'll give you the
Uh,
floor for 1 minute. Proceed.
okay. Yeah, I mean, like with a lot of it, like I've barely gotten. to go for Thanksgiving or any time in my adult life, because most of the time I had to go work at retail stores. Target. I think Target. Yeah, I had to work like 5 or 6 o'clock those nights. GameStop is even earlier, especially when everyone else started not working. I think Toys R Us I managed to get off. For whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, but
Alright.
for what's kind of an odd reason is if you were the assistant manager at GameStop, they made you not work Thanksgiving, so you could basically run Black Friday opening. Uh, so it's like weird, and it's like
Yeah.
really annoying because they wouldn't let you not for a long time. They wouldn't let you not work it. It's like, yo, I have nothing to do. Can I work here? It's like, no, you gotta work Friday morning. It's like, but I want to work Thanksgiving and get that holiday pay. Like, no. But you wanted to interject, Joe?
Now I was just saying that I was returning, but yeah, no, that does sound rather disheartening that getting that holiday pay is just off the menu as you're just the Black Friday guy.
Yeah, it's one of those many things that always kind of felt like they were it felt more like they really just didn't want to pay the assistant managers the extra pay, just a way to sort of keep them down a little bit. Um, I
Yeah.
guess to be clear, I have many grievances with the company at GameStop. I enjoyed a lot of my time there. My reasons
Hmm.
for leaving, kind of maybe I'll make an episode about that one day. Maybe I'll make a solo conversation about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty frank about my opinions about running GameStop Black Fridays
Yeah.
as we go forward with this. You know, a lot of corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I said, anywhere you want to interject, since I'm just gonna be going for the next like 10, 15 minutes or so, kind of just spinning my wheels.
All right.
I'll take that as a cue to keep going. Yeah, so when we really get into it, um, with GameStop, I actually managed to keep everything pretty smoothly run. I actually kind of didn't mind the Black Fridays. Again, they kind of like had this big rush. They usually were high sales days. I was a GameStop manager pretty quickly in my time with the company, so
Yeah.
most Black Fridays I was usually running them. Thanksgivings, or again, I'm getting my terms now intermixed with that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I had a pretty smooth ship for most of the time. The worst thing was just seasonals messing things up and running consoles and oh yeah, running consoles. It's like I had a I have basically we figured out the system of like a half hour before the store opened, you'd bring like tickets out and I am personally very proud of how I was able to run the system, even though a lot of other GameStops ran it the same way.
Yeah.
I'm not unique for this. Is letting the guests look around the store, shop around, while having the ticket, and so it's like they don't have to, check out. So I could get them to buy more shit. So they could look around. They're not pressured to leave. Make
Yeah.
everyone have a decent time. It makes my day go better. It makes their day go better. It makes them more likely to come back. It makes them more likely to give us those precious surveys that we desperately needed at one point for metrics. Um, so, and once in a blue moon, they'd give us Papa John's or Domino's. One year, NBA gave us it, or 2K, whichever the company 2K gave us a pizza on Thanksgiving or Black Friday. Not GameStop, 2K gave us one. It's like I guess sorry you have to work on Thanksgiving when everyone else doesn't in the year after the pandemic. Sorry. Here's a fucking Domino's pizza.
uh,
Domino's getting free pizza is great when you're like in school and like when you're a part-timer, but it almost feels like a disrespect when you're like in your 20s and you're like working a full-time job.
yeah.
Also, when it's not even the company buying it for you, it's someone else.
Yeah, another company that just so happens to work in the industry that you're serving for gives
Yeah,
you
2K gave
pizza
them
on
a PC.
Thanksgiving.
And also, what they would do is all of the vendors. No, you know what? That was during a conference they would do that. But I think around Black Friday and Thanksgiving, like Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony and whoever would give out like gift cards for like Starbucks or something like that, so that you guys could get like coffee and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, which bare minimum, but again, it's one of those. Bro, the company who paid me. Um, I guess anything else I would really would say would be just kind of spinning the wheels at this point about like, retail work sucks. GameStop work sucks. I once got called racist because I didn't want to return somebody's PlayStation card because it was against policy. I could go on about those stories. Um, but it's the same stuff you're gonna hear anywhere. But hey, if you in the comments want to hear me talk more about my retail stories, definitely let us know, and I can make dedicated
Yeah.
retail
Yeah.
story episodes.
Let us know if you subscribe to these notions. But
Um,
but okay, so let's talk about what Black Friday is leading into and why the entertainment industry and the hardware industries might be capitalizing on such a rush. The good old holiday development rush.
yeah, let's
Just
talk about that. Uh, I guess if you can give me like one more minute to sort of back up, it'll lead into this discussion. Is I wanted to
yeah,
talk
go ahead.
about something that I noticed a lot when working in retail is that if a game came out in November and it wasn't made by Nintendo, you could almost guarantee there was going to be a sale and it was going to feel really dirty. A couple examples I can think of. Most recently, Sonic Frontiers, which just came out like 2 weeks ago. And hey, you can watch our video talking about our opinions about the game prior to its release. But don't
Hmm.
worry, I will make a video actually talking about my full feelings because I got a lot to say.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, Sonic Frontiers, but I especially remember the year Battlefield. I think it was Battlefield 1 and Fallout 76 came out the same year, and they were both $20 less. Like they came out on that Friday, and then like the Black Friday sale started on like the Sunday or Monday. So like less than 3 days later, they were already $20 off, and it just really felt like a kick in the teeth there. So it's like, yo, you buy the game, you pre-order it, and it's like, yo, I could have waited and gotten $20 off.
Especially
Instead, I
when you
gotta spray
consider
on.
that it's already launch period Fallout 76.
Yeah, I mean, disregarding the quality of the game, but of course, when you add in the quality, it stings even more.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they did that as a front to hide it. But yeah, the bigger point is why do games? Well, I guess really the question isn't why, because we all know the answer. The answer is that games need to come out before November generally, or early November at the latest, so that they can be here in time for Black Friday. They can be here in
Yeah.
time for Thanksgiving, because that's really when the holiday season starts and when the holiday shopping begins. But it's going to be the time window where you get the busiest, like the most traffic. I actually do want to talk about Pokemon.
Hmm.
Well, we'll talk about Pokemon a little bit more in terms of like how the game's been affected, but in terms of how just they market it, is that Nintendo doesn't put things on sale, but they
Ever.
will put Pokemon in the front of their Black Friday ad, just telling you, hey, you can buy it. Super Mario Odyssey, hey, it's available. You can buy it. Like they
Not,
they get these games out so that they can advertise them because they know the most people are going to be shopping that week and they sell through dozens, hundreds of copies, you know,
yeah.
because people are going to the store that week and they see it in the ad and they don't care if it's not on sale. They know, oh, little Johnny wants freaking Pokemon. All right, I'll buy the Pokemon with it, you know.
Taking advantage of the rush.
Oh god, sorry, I gotta the Nintendo Switch bundle. I think they're doing it again this year. Uh, editing Joe or someone can correct me or if I'm wrong, or if not, it doesn't matter. The point is that for at least 4 years in a row, Nintendo had the same goddamn Switch bundle. They had a Mario Kart and the 3 months of Switch Online for $300. And it's like, bro, you were getting Mario Kart, a game that was 5 years old at this point, and $8 worth of Switch Online. They couldn't even give you the full year. They couldn't even give you the $20 worth of Switch Online. They had to give you the $8 worth of Switch Online.
Man, they really got a lot of mileage out of that port.
Bro, they every year for like 5 years, it was the same Black Friday bundle, the same goddamn Mario Kart Switch. I think I already was not a big fan of Mario Kart 8. I felt it lacked a little bit, and I think Mario Kart Deluxe could have done a lot more. But over the years, specifically the Black Friday bundles, I think created a special level of hatred for Mario Kart 8 for me. Just the resentment that, especially by the time Crash Team Racing and Sonic, Team Sonic Racing and other, I would call, well, you can make the argument genuinely good because that's me being petty, but like fresh, different kart racers were coming out. They were still peddling Mario Kart 8, a game from the Wii U, and selling it like it's a brand new thing and making millions of units. And people would hound the store. They would be like, "Do you guys have the Mario Kart Switch?" And like freak out because they can't get $8 worth of Switch Online. And I would tell people, like, I would point blank tell people, all you get that's different is Mario Kart and $8 worth of Switch Online. $8 worth. And then people are like, eh. But then most people would also be like, but do you have it? Or does another store have it? It's like, oh, just buy the Mario Kart, man. Buy the damn Mario Kart. Do you want to have a Switch for your kid for Christmas? Or are you going to be petty? You know, do you really need that $8 to Switch Online? Do you really need to play Balloon Fight on NSO that bad? You need your Urban Champion on Christmas morning?
It's all about the deal.
The savings. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of those deals weren't, honestly. I mean, buy two get one was always good. A lot of the games went on sale, although those deals tended to stick around quite a while after Black. So, you know, there weren't, as Black
Yeah.
Friday kind of became more of a regular thing, the amount of money you could save kind of just didn't, it it didn't matter if you bought it that week, that day. You could have waited, you could have gotten it earlier because now they do Black Friday all month, and at this point Black Friday is more or less just a habit. It's just a part of nature at this point. We're just used to it. We just do it,
Yeah, it's just
you know.
that day that the stuff is on sale.
But now it's not even a day. It's like a whole month. It's like Christmas.
Yeah, it just kind of spreads. Oh, hey, this is time that we get more money. Might as well just do it more.
Yeah, might as well just have more savings and then just slowly ratchet up the discounts more as the weeks get closer to Black Friday so we can get more money, more sales. Try to get the early birds of the people who don't want to, deal with fighting and
Yeah.
punching people. All right. I will probably come back at least two more times with other tangents about Black Friday discounts and sales. But let's get back to what I think was more of the focus of this episode. And just let Joe talk for a little bit. So start
Yeah.
talking about how Black Friday has destroyed, hyperbolic of me, definitely messed up things in the industry.
Alright. It's a tale as old as time. Like, pretty much anyone with experience with the games would pretty much know many titles are rushed to meet this particular season. Because,
Such as,
like, I guess if I want to be topical, like, one of the biggest examples generally tends to be modern Pokemon games. And,
yes, definitely.
yeah.
Pokemon games have to come out at a certain time every year, no matter what. There has to be a new Pokemon SKU every year to help sell units. Again, they aren't even discounted, but they need to be there to push units because they need, even though people will buy the console regardless. they need to sell Pokemon units during Black Friday.
Yeah.
You know, and then of course we could talk about like the sports games. Sports games have to be out. You know, usually they're out yearly. Um, Usually they're out a couple months before. But yeah, it's just another one of those situations where games will be pushed to get out before November. Some games make it to December and still do fairly well. Uh,
Yeah.
but there are particular franchises that definitely force their window out. You're not going to see a game come out the week after November unless it's like some JRPG dating sim or something. Or like
Yeah.
random over the shoulder or like overhead tactics RPG game that was ported from 2004 Windows.
Yeah.
Just like weird stuff.
Oh,
Chicken Run 2 battle, you know?
yeah. A lot of the heavy hitters are lining up for October and November.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of them can go and be a little bit cheaper, unless they're Nintendo. Keep that in mind. Nintendo does discount stuff. Um, but like from the bigger publishers, they'll tend to have them out in October so that they can kind of roll out, uh,
Yeah.
be out for a little while, and then get that sale in November. Um, get a little bit of money off. Unless you're like one of those particular developers that we mentioned, like Fallout and Battlefield, where you're like, yeah, no, we're just gonna release it and just discount it next week and just,
It's just
screw them.
like people are gonna spend money on this anyway. Who cares if the game is clearly not done yet?
Yeah, in the case of both of them, that was a very evident example. They were not done yet. And
Yeah.
I think this could be its own topic, but I think while we're here, we might as well just kind of talk about a few other games that, while they weren't necessarily for November, like for Thanksgiving and Black Friday, definitely were affected by needing to come out in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like we all know. I'm running on the edge of this topic here, talking about Cyberpunk. Didn't make it for Black Friday, but it definitely needed to be out by Christmas.
And it had a long road to redeem itself from how that turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it's good now. And apparently,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners is like an amazing show. But yeah, that was definitely an example of the holiday window being more important. Uh,
Yeah.
but then you get Chads like God of War 2018, which came out the day after Christmas. But the real trick is that's actually the busiest shopping day of the year.
Because
That's why
everyone
people
has
want
their
to get
holiday money.
and their gift cards and their returns. So, in trying to not rush the holidays, they actually managed to come out on the perfect holiday day. You know, and I've heard that game is decent and is sold decent. You know,
Yeah. You know, little indie upstart known as God of War.
yeah. If I had something clever to say, I'd make a joke about Ragnarok. But yeah,
Yeah.
which I think that might have already been on sale. Not sure. That just came out. I don't know if it went on sale for Black Friday yet.
Yeah.
No, I think Sony's usually pretty alright about not putting a game that just came out on sale.
Now,
I know Horizon is on sale for like half off, but that what came out a couple months ago. So, but yeah, no, Sony's usually pretty good about keeping their prices where they're at. I don't know if it's good to not discount your games on a holiday or not, but yeah. I mean, it works for Nintendo.
yeah, some companies just also just have the clout to just like not worry about getting out on time or having the necessarily have even having a sale on Black Friday or for the holidays.
So I guess to make this into an actual like discussion, do you think that Black Friday has Do you think Black Friday has done more harm than good for the games industry?
Oh,
And
pretty
in
much.
general, like the whole, sales window of November and leading into December as well. I guess in general the holidays, but we'll stick to, Thanksgiving and Black Friday as the primary.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like, from an artistic point of view, it's purely bad. But plenty of good stuff comes out other times of the year and does well. But I guess people do this holiday rush because it works. It's how you
Yeah.
make those numbers.
It's how you make that money, it's how you move those units. And it's definitely, you know, a situation where we've been doing this for so long at this point. Developers are just used to it. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of game devs who kind of maybe passively resent this holiday because it's like, oh, I gotta get the game out by then. Gotta get out by Thanksgiving. Gotta get out by Christmas. Christmas, famously has made other games come out rushed. You could say they Sonic rushed. But that game actually came out on time.
Yeah,
Sonic 06 was the one that got rushed. And you know what? I don't know if it was, but let's just say that Sonic Genesis also was probably rushed. Sonic for Genesis
Game Boy Advance.
for yeah, Game Boy Advance. Because that game ain't finished.
That game
Sonic
was
06 is rough, but I don't think you can call Sonic Genesis finished. How do you fuck up a Genesis game on the Game Boy Advance?
because you use the Sonic Advance engine to run a Genesis game. It's like,
Bro, that doesn't even make sense. I don't even understand why you would do that. How, how is that easier or cheaper than just making a dedicated Genesis emulator?
this is what happens when
Because
you try to make a GBA port in 2006.
but plenty of developers did that. They were porting Super Nintendo games like it was nothing to that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't. And yeah, of course, infamously, Sonic 06 is a game that would have been great if it was finished.
But it wasn't.
It came out just a little too early to have regular game patches. Because back then you had to they if you wanted to put a patch out on Microsoft consoles, you could only do one a month, and you had to pay for it, the developer.
Yeah.
So it's like it was not gonna be. They were not fixing Sonic 06. It was just sent out to die. It's a
It's,
shame. That's a game that was destroyed by the holiday season.
yeah. You want to know what else suffers from the holiday rush? Entire consoles. Remember when the PS5 came out and was not properly stocked for like far too long after release?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the PS5 definitely had a very weird launch where it sold very well, but everyone's who bought it seemed to be pretty not wowed by it.
Oh,
There
because
weren't a lot of games. Yeah, there weren't a lot of games out. You couldn't get it.
yeah, it's pretty much the opposite from my end, where it's like I heard like a lot of people love the PS5, but getting it was such a pain in the ass for so long.
I suppose I might be looking at where people's perspective is now, where it's like people are like, "Yo, PS5's got no games." No, I feel like for a while, I don't know. I guess it's also my perspective of working in retail but not owning a PS5 myself. Is that it just doesn't seem like there was enough to sort of justify. I mean, it clearly, I'm in the minority opinion on that because the console sold very well, and I'm not trying to say the PS5 is bad. I definitely have been tempted to pick one up every now and then for some of the exclusives, but it definitely seemed. Seems like they could have had a little bit more, I think, ready to go. I feel like the launch titles were a little tepid,
All right,
especially because most of them were also coming out on the PS4 at the same time.
regardless of whether or not the console is good, I will definitely say I think it's pretty safe to say that it should not have come out when it did.
Yeah,
Like they're
and they
just
couldn't have been.
they were not ready to release the physical machines.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of developers out there trying to beat their competition by rushing
Yeah,
rushing development. I am now googling something right now.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, game consoles that always need to come out in November as well, right around Black Friday. Uh, I'm pretty sure the 360 was worse about that because I just double checked and that did come out in November, right around Black Friday.
yeah. Speaking of consoles that were clearly not ready yet, how about one that was legendary for its early hardware failures?
Yeah, one that was pivotal in getting Xbox on the map, but also could have easily doomed the entire company if Bill Gates didn't have a spare billion in his couch that he was like, just fix it. Like, I will say, I think that gamble paid off of them getting the console out a year early because it helped them get a leg up on it. They'd rather have pissed off customers than have no customers, and they were
Yeah,
risking having no customers if they didn't get that thing out before. I mean, they could have also just had it come out in like March, but whatever. Point is, they got it out in time,
yeah,
but at the expense of having like what was it, like at least a 30% failure rate, something ridiculous on those consoles. Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah. That launch window is often rough for the very reasons that they're kind of rushed to get into a specific time frame.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta the story of the 360 is legendary about just having so many factories to make these things, all with slightly different components, having different issues. The Red Ring was an
Yeah.
infamous
Yeah,
story.
if it was an infinite story, then I don't know how that thing.
Xbox Infinite. I still think that they should have called the Xbox Series X. They should have called the Xbox Infinite.
Oh yeah, that was a name for an Xbox.
I mean, I was saying that for a while.
Yeah,
Tie it in with Halo. More than just one. That was their whole deal. Was like try to have names that sound like they evoke like 360. It's like your life revolves around your console, Xbox One, the only system you need. Infinite, I don't know, infinite possibility. Some cheesy schmaltzy shit like that.
yeah.
Makes more sense than Xbox Series X.
Ah, yeah. The Xbox naming convention.
Oh, you know what's another thing that I recently thought that I just thought of, that I kind of want to bring up. remember, you remember the trend a few years ago? It's already quickly starting to fade away, even though they're still around. The
Yeah.
holiday mini consoles.
Oh man, that was a big deal a few years ago.
Who can forget the NES Classic?
The Scalper's Paradise.
Oh, absolute. It was only made to plug in holes in the Wii U's failures, and it became an entire industry. It made an entire industry. And then they followed up with the Super Nintendo. And that was also horror stories to get. It's
Yeah,
funny because those consoles only exist to fill that gap, and then they continue with the Game and Watches that they did, the Game and Watch Super Mario Bros. And the Game and Watch Legend of Zelda. Um, it's weird that Nintendo's like, we're gonna make special hardware just for Black Friday and just for the holiday season. I mean, they'll do like limited edition, like holiday bundles or holiday color schemes or something like that. Um, my 3DS is the special Black Friday new 3DS system. By the way, I think it's like one of the only ways you could get that system besides, I think, a different Black Friday bundle. No, there was the Pokemon bundle with red and blue. There was the Animal Crossing bundle, and then there was the Black Friday bundle. And that was like one of the only ways you get the 3DS with the faceplates. So like yeah, Nintendo's always been kind of crazy with like we're gonna release actually like desirable stuff then. But then the Switch became super popular and they could just dump out Mario Kart with the 3 months of online shit.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we don't need this novelty. We just have this machine everyone wants. Let's just bundle it with this game
Yeah,
everyone
we don't have to
knows.
make we don't have to make like little toys or little gimmicks. I mean, they're still doing it, but like the Game and Watches are clearly not reaching the same market
Yeah,
as NES Classics because we had those Game and Watches on clearance for like months after they came out. But like NES Classics, bro, people were probably getting stabbed for those things.
yeah.
People were wiling out for those NES Classics. And then the Genesis Mini, they're alright. PlayStation Mini.
Oh man, want to talk about that mess?
Well, I mean that's not really like relevant so much to like Russia. That thing was a hot mess. I almost feel like it'll be fun to kind of look back on that in a few years. I
Yeah,
remember I got mine modded, but then I couldn't keep. It was being glitchy with modding, and then I just gave up, and now I just use other things to mod.
yeah.
I had more fun modding than it. I don't think I played a single piece of software on that machine that was actually pre-installed. I think I only bought the thing to mod it for like $20 or something.
What? Don't you want to play the 50 hertz version of Tekken 3?
Bro, do I want to take an eye exam?
Yeah, a fighting game with lag.
Bro, I bought that thing so I could load Kamen Rider V3 on it.
Ah,
Which for whatever reason that's like my go-to to mod. I put that on my Nintendo Wii, I put that on my Wii U, I put that on my Xbox Series X. The first game I'm gonna mod on any like console for PS1 is gonna be Kamen Rider V3. That game's Kino as hell.
I look forward to you putting that on a Steam Deck.
Ah, dude, that's gonna be amazing. V3 portably.
Yeah,
The holiday season, and also just consoles needing to come out at that time. A lot of them, their launch libraries can be pretty middling, uh, or you know, there's nowhere else I'm gonna talk about this, so I guess let's talk about the game that only came out because they needed something to go along with it. New Super Mario Brothers U, a game that only existed to serve the function of having a Mario game or something to go with your Wii U, because it had to come out in November with
it
the Wii U.
it really was the Mario game of all time.
It really was a Mario game.
You know what we need to do, Dan?
Play it, that game.
Uh, no, I'll forget about it while I'm playing it. No, we need to travel back in time to the first Black Friday and get deals off the menu. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna go back in time to the first Black Friday and get the Black Friday deals off the menu. We'll save the gaming industry.
We need to go back in time and stop Thanksgiving so we don't have to have Black Friday.
Yeah, exactly. We need to go back in time to the first Thanksgiving and get turkey off the menu. Yeah, like I do wonder if Black Friday was not a thing, or if like the holiday rush, like in some weird alternate universe where the holidays were in like fucking June or some shit, or spread apart, how the industry would look.
Hey Joe, do you know the origins of Black Friday?
Oh no, please do tell.
It started in Philadelphia in the early 1960s. It was during Black Friday is more or less what was referred to as the time between Thanksgiving and the beginning of, I believe it was like winter, like the football season.
Oh,
Sales would People would crowd the streets, getting deals, getting discounts on everything. It was specifically something that started up out here in Philly. And yeah, streets were crowded, clod, cluttered, all that stuff. I mean, the original term of Black Friday started in 1869, back when there was a huge financial crisis about buying and overvaluing gold. But as far as what we could uh, contemporarily know it as, it was due to yeah, a lot of crazy sales that were going on in the 60s,
hmm.
which basically was just describing like the environment. Um, yeah, just the environment that was going on, and I'm trying to figure out if there's connotations behind the use of the word in there.
Oh man.
Uh,
Oh my god. I wonder if they're.
I'm not
I'm not.
I'm not saying it, but I'm thinking that if they're police officers in the 1960s talking about crowds of people who live in Philadelphia, swarming the streets, um, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh,
So what you're saying is that we need to go back in time to the first Black Friday and get racism off the menu.
what am I supposed to respond to this with?
I don't know. It just popped in my head. And that's why Pokemon is never on sale.
Because racist.
So if there's ever a reason not to be racist, yeah, not just to save lives and improve the trajectory of society, it's so you can get your Pokemon games for less money.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was gonna be the one to go off the handle this week. You just had that one saved up, bro. What the
Yeah, that's right. This is the episode where we went back in time to the first Black Friday.
Jojo, we need to go back in time to the start of this episode and take that rant off the menu. Alright, Joe.
Alright.
Is canned cranberry sauce valid?
Alright. As someone who who likes homemade cranberry sauce and canned cranberry sauce, obviously fresh cranberry sauce is better, but I like canned cranberry sauce, but that might just be because I really like cranberries.
Bro, that gelatinous, you can't get that gelatinous vibe from authentic cranberry sauce, man. There's something about it. The weird way it slimes. It's like you're eating the thing. But you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. I don't know. I think cranberry sauce throughout the history has been one of the sleeper hits of the Thanksgiving menu for me.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a big fan of turkey. You know, we're already here. Let's just talk about our preferences of Thanksgiving food. I think turkey sucks. I like sweet
Hmm?
potatoes. I don't get good potatoes very often. And yeah, canned cranberry sauce. Bro, you give me the rolls, I'm gonna just eat all the rolls.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
the dinner rolls.
Bro, they
Just
get the special rolls. They get those nice buttery rolls around Thanksgiving, man. Get the real shit.
yeah, yeah. No, that the bread, the potatoes,
Yeah,
the right
if we could
com,
just get,
the right
if we could just get,
the right combination on the fork of potatoes, turkey, and cranberry sauce, and that's how you get. That's how you do a Thanksgiving. You just need to.
don't, I don't want you doing the fucking bit, but I am gonna say, if we could get turkey off the menu on Thanksgiving, I'd feel better. I do not like turkey. It's trash.
Well,
Oh, you've never had good turkey. It's like, bro, I'm like 27. How long do I gotta wait to get good turkey?
well, my family also does macaroni and cheese as one of the
Oh, yeah,
dishes.
that shit's hot, man. That is some good stuff. Good mac and cheese. That's a good way to have a dinner.
Yeah,
I mean, your mom also goes crazy with like making the pies and the cakes and the shit.
yeah,
Cooks
she's a
so
very
good.
good baker.
Yeah. Shout out Joe's mom. Shout her out down in the comments. Ask her to get on the podcast and we can have some talks about cooking recipes.
Yeah,
The Exposition Kitchen.
the Exposition Kitchen, where me and Dan make pot roasts on stream for a day.
Hey guys, if you want, I'll buy the maid outfits and we'll do the Exposition Kitchen. I'll get the cat ears, the maid outfits. We'll do it up. We'll make custom. We'll make quesaritos and maid outfits. I'm not shaving.
Yeah, so you guys should subscribe so we have more incentive to get a studio so we can record
Bro, I'm
our.
not building a fucking set for a kitchen, man.
No, we're just going to
I'm not
record
gonna
it
be
in.
like JonTron, and I'm not gonna build a fucking living room to film it. Actual kitchen.
Alright, so we're just going to set up some cameras in a normal kitchen.
This episode is amazing and terrible at the same time. It is completely devolved.
Like Black Friday!
Yeah, like the meaning of Black Friday completely devolved. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, actually, has it really? Has it really, though?
the
Is Black
meaning.
Friday any less hectic than it was back then?
You know, not if you live it. Not if you. I almost said live in, but I guess it is kind of like that. If you work at an Amazon warehouse, no, it hasn't.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to imagine being in there in November.
Oh, God. I mean, being there anytime is like prison, but it'd be especially bad. Uh,
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I guess anything more to say on holiday sales?
a great time to buy clothing.
Yeah.
Look
Is
at any prices at clothing stores, and it's like, bro, that's a lot of money to spend on mid-ass shirts, you know? It's like Old Navy, I ain't spending like $30, $40 on a basic ass button up. I'll wait until Black Friday and get it for like 10, 20. Your clothes are better quality than like Walmart, but I ain't spending that much fucking money. Clothes are a genuine, and clothes are also not something that's gonna be hard to get. Or in most cases, unless you're really looking for a specific item, you're gonna be able to get clothes pretty easily, so you're not gonna have to go out and rush. Although when you watch TV and movies, you see a lot of people scrambling for clothes. You see people trying to fight for shoes and like, bro, no, they're fighting for fucking TVs and Apple iPad. iPairs? What the fuck did I just say? Am I booming? Am I booming, Joe?
eye
Talking
pairs?
about the holidays? iPairs?
Are you looking for reading glasses, or are you conflating it with the iCarly universe?
Bro, I don't even know what the hell we're talking.
I don't know.
What the fuck is that?
I guess this is why Black
Wait,
Friday specials in shows aren't a thing.
you fucking corroded my brain with that stupid Freebird meme, and now I can't think. Man, I want to go back in time. Remove this fucking episode from history. We gotta get this episode off the menu. We're gonna take this episode off the menu.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that we need to travel back in time to the first Old Navy and get Black Friday sales off the menu.
Oh my fucking.
See
So
it?
we're gonna have to go. Are we gonna have to go out on Black Friday and film a bit this year?
I don't know. But blame the pilgrims for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet running in 20 frames per second.
Holy fucking shit, man! You are just saying everything bad right now. We just had a good string of popular episodes, and you're gonna get us fucking canceled,
Oh, shit. Yeah, maybe I should be more tactful.
brother. What the fuck are you doing? I'm supposed to be the one who says all the crazy shit. God, it's a good thing we're hopefully releasing another video this week to pad it out. To make up for this one.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man.
No, I'm laughing because it's funny. This is completely incomprehensible, and I kind of love it.
Alright, yeah. I'm thinking about the thumbnail for this one. Uh,
Oh, wait. Just imagining the thumbnails, just the turkeys from South Park 64. Turkeys.
oh, man, that was a game.
South Park 64 is actually using the Turok engine. It's a modified version of the game, with its primary enemies being based off of the Thanksgiving episode, where they were against evil turkeys. What the hell?
What are we doing? Black Friday.
What? Bro, I feel bad for our audience. They don't know what the hell's gonna happen.
Don't worry, we'll be back to more regular content after this.
The most normal episode idea. I liked when we were talking about 2K pizza. Bro,
See,
you gotta put a delivery driver but wearing a 2K uniform instead of a Domino's.
I spent the first 10 minutes of this episode clearing my throat.
Oh man, you were saving up at that point. You were like letting me go off. So like,
We took shifts.
alright.
Alright. Yeah, I think that's a good sign to,
I think this has been a lot of fun, but we have expended. If you want us to do another Black Friday special next year, I swear to God, we are not drunk. But
no,
we can be next year if you like. Maybe next year we'll review Freebird.
yeah, maybe we'll just watch Freebirds.
We'll watch every Thanksgiving movie. But still make it the Black Friday special.
Did you know that the song Jingle Bells was originally supposed to be a Thanksgiving song?
I did not, Joe. Can you inform our audience about that some more? Or you just have the one note.
Yeah, nah, that's just a piece of trivia that's just in my head. Like, it's something
That's
I've...
the whole fucking story.
Alright.
God, you broke me.
Alright, it's the first thing that pops up when I search that.
The moral of the story is you should spend time with your family. Because you can just all be on Amazon buying these things cheaper anyway, instead of going to a physical store and doing it.
Oh, alright, so Jingle Bells was first performed at a Thanksgiving church service and was never intended to be a Christmas staple, and it just turned out that way.
Who the hell's jingling bells and Thanksgiving?
Oh no, maybe we need to go back in time to the first Thanksgiving
What are you
and,
fucking
and get the Jingle Bells off the menu.
motherfucker? If you don't stop, I'm gonna throw a jingle bell rock at you. I'm about to jingle your balls.
Uh, so, I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
I hope you guys are either enjoying yourselves or hopefully you're using us as a background music when you walk into a Target at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and can still buy most of the things you wanted to buy because you were the only person who wanted to get uh, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 for $20 off.
Eh,
Just said Lego Brawls.
yeah.
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 We just need to end this damn thing, bro.
Alright, so, alright, everybody.
What's the next terrible thing Joe's gonna say before this episode ends?
So, I hope you all have a fantastic Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, and we'll see you back at the table.